it's one of the most interesting experiences I ever had. What did you study? What's your advice for starting a YouTube channel? Well, that would be very sad. Ooh. This is difficult. How to make the most of your own life while you're still alive. Okay, this is a very, very, very exciting moment for me because I've been waiting for this moment for a while now, because it is my 1000 subscriber Q&A. Thanks to all of you, and thank you for being here and subscribing and even wanting to watch my videos, and also for sending in so many questions. And I asked you on the community tab and on Instagram to ask me anything, and you did, and I'm gonna answer your questions now. So let's dive in. Okay, first question. Where are you from? Well, I hope you're asking that because my accent is so good that you think I'm from the US, which is just probably not, because I've heard some of you saying or mocking me, especially for my pronunciation of protein. And I still don't know why I'm saying that wrong. Protein. But protein is British, no? I don't know. Okay, so to answer the question, I'm from Germany. Munich, Germany, Bavaria. You might have heard of Munich, Bavaria as the origin of the Oktoberfest. By the way, not only the origin, our Oktoberfest is the only Oktoberfest. The other ones are just... yeah. That's where I'm from. That's where I currently live. I like to consider myself a half New Yorker too, because I try to also live in New York City. Currently not really because of my situation, but yeah, I'm from Munich, Germany. That's that. Next question. Coffee or tea? Well, I don't know if I'm allowed to say both, but both? I guess if I would have to decide, I don't know. Nowadays, I don't know. Before, I would have said coffee for sure. But over the last couple of years, I started drinking my teas, which have helped me in so many ways, both physically and mentally, kind of. So I don't know if I could actually live without my teas anymore, because I drink tea every morning, herbal detoxing nettle tea currently. And in the evenings, I often also drink calming teas, which helps me to calm down my nerves and to get sleepier better. But I also love my coffee. I have a very, very kind of fancy espresso machine. You might have noticed that in my videos. And I love actually just making the coffee a lot. I love the smell of coffee. I like trying to do latte art. I'm not very good at it, but I try. And I love the taste. So both. Will you be doing more daily life vlogs in the future? That is a good question. Maybe. If you're interested in that, I will do that. I will for sure do more routines, because I love watching other people's routines on YouTube. And like you know, probably by now, I'm a little health nerd, and I love to share how I incorporate healthy habits into my life. And I think routine videos are a good way to do that. Or also what I eat in days, because also that, I love that inspiration from other people. And I feel like there are not many people who have the kind of diet that I do, aka no dairy, no gluten, no nightshades, healthy, but also lazy, because I'm not a big cook. So I'm gonna do that too. And real vlogs, I don't know, maybe. Do you want me to? Let me know in the comments if you do. Then I might. Next question. What's your advice for starting a YouTube channel? So I feel like advice on especially starting a YouTube channel could fill more than one whole video. And I might do a video about that soon. I don't know yet, because you know, what do I know about starting a YouTube channel? But I can tell you that you should go for it. If you're thinking about it, just do it. I get it that at first, either you think I have to prepare this and that and that and that, or that you're scared of what people are gonna think. At least that's what I felt like. But that should not stop you, because first of all, it's a very good training to stop caring what people think. And also, it's one of the most interesting experiences I ever had, because you learn so much about first technical stuff, of course, which I love. I love, for example, editing and camera and lighting, and this whole thing is something I did not know anything about before I started my channel. But now I've learned so much. But also the topics that you talk about, depending on the topic, especially if, like me, you like to read into the topics and summarize what you've learned and put that into a script and teach other people, or you know, talk about what you've learned to other people. And also you learn to talk better. I mean, I still don't think I'm a very good talker. I think I get, you know, hung up on my own words a lot, as you can see, and still have a kind of unstructured way of talking, but it's gotten a lot better. It used to be so much worse than this. I really could not form one whole sentence that made much sense. And since I started my channel, that's gotten incredibly better. And apart from that, I also love starting new businesses, and I see my channel as a business. A very small business so far, but it's a business, and I can't really describe how much not only fun, but how cool it is to create something like a video, and you created something hopefully valuable that people can watch, you can watch, and that is kind of a, well, not diary entry, especially if you don't talk about your life, but especially if you vlog, it's kind of like a video diary. But also if you share information, do educational videos, there's something you created, and that's on the internet, and you know, it can help people. I hope you know what I'm saying. Main idea of my advice is get going and try out things. If you want a more structured whole video about my advice for starting a channel, let me know in the comments. Then I might do that. Okay, next question. If you could only eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would that be? Well, that would be very sad. I think because I love trying out new foods. If I could, this is difficult because my favorite food, something I could not eat every day, because that's cheeseburger, and I would probably feel very sick very soon. Maybe curry, because curry, I don't know, I can eat a lot of curry. Chicken curry, maybe. I think chicken curry would probably be my go-to. Or miso soup. But no, yeah, curry. I think curry. Let's go with curry. Next question. What is the most impactful book you've ever read? Good question. Difficult to answer because there's so many great books out there, and I've still not read enough of them, not even close. But I would say probably the most impactful is Staring at the Sun by Irvin Yalom. The subtitle of the book is a bit misleading, I find, because I think it's How to Overcome the Fear of Death or something. And that sounds like it's only for people who are afraid of death and are very aware of that fear, but it's more about, well, yeah, the fear of death and what it does to us in the terms of, you know, looking for the purpose of life, kind of. I really recommend you to read it, especially if you want to make the most of your life and sometimes struggle with making decisions that could make your life better or more lively. But also if you're struggling with grief or with a sickness or with a loved one who's sick, he also talks a lot about how to help people who are very, very sick or dying. That has helped me a lot to process one grief experience of mine. I mean, I learned a lot how I could have handled it better at that time, but I mean, I didn't know anything about death or grief at that time. But now I feel more prepared for the next time that I have to face something like that. But yeah, also it's for both. It's first about handling death or sickness of people who are close to you, but also how to make the most of your own life while you're still alive in a very non-cheesy but psychological, scientific way. I really recommend the book. Okay, next question. Favorite YouTube channels? Actually, before I started my channel, I didn't really watch that much YouTube, but now I do have favorite YouTube channels, which are Ali Abdaal, great, like, incredible guy, I think, and very valuable videos and podcasts. Actually, nowadays, I feel like I'm more a fan of his podcasts than his videos, because his podcast is just, he's got so many incredible people on there, and I just really like the way he interviews people, and I learned so incredible much from that. But that wasn't a question. So, but he's also a very cool YouTuber, and the podcast is also on YouTube, so it does count. Then Natasha Ocean, I don't know, I hope I pronounced it correctly. Ocean, I think is how it's pronounced. She is, you've probably heard of her. If not, she's a really, really genuine, sweet person, I think. I don't know her personally, but she seems like a very cool person. And her topics are what fascinate me, aka health and fitness and nutrition, especially fitness. But she also has a really cool way of talking about these topics, because she bases her educational videos on science, which I'm a big fan of, which is very sweet. Taylor Bell is more like a vloggy type of channel, which I really like, because I don't know, I just like her personality, and she talks about New York a lot, which, you know, I love very much and miss very much. And then even more in the educational niche is What I've Learned. I think he goes very much into detail, so if you want to have a little small documentary about something, I really recommend What I've Learned. So interesting. Next question. Did you go to college, and if yes, what did you study? Yes, I did go to college, actually, for many years. Well, before I did my real bachelor's, I think I was enrolled twice. Once I started Roman studies, Spanish, but I stopped that very quickly because I realized it's not for me. Then I did a homeschooling, I don't know how you call it in English, something in the economic business area. The type of study, because it was from home, was not for me. But the topic, I realized, the economic stuff, I kind of liked because it was a lot of math, and I liked math in school, and it was exactly the kind of school math that I had in school. And I realized I might want to try that for real, and that's what I did. I studied economics at LMU in Munich and in Barcelona. I did a semester abroad in Barcelona. And then I did my master's in a subject called consumer science. It's a kind of special subject of Technical University of Munich, TUM. They call it special. I think it's just economic psychology, basically. And I also did my semester abroad during that master's program. I did my semester abroad in New York City at Brooklyn College, which I was very, very, very happy about. Next question. How often do you work out and what do you do? Well, that's currently changing actually. But until recently, I worked out every day, Monday to Friday. At home, I did my home workout. Actually, I've been doing that since COVID. I used to be a gym girl before that, very, very much. And then, COVID hit and I just kept on doing my home workouts because I had weights and I kind of knew what to do to still have an effective workout at home. I don't know how much I should go into detail here, but I'll just go into detail. You can skip if you don't care. But I used to do, like I said, it just changed, but I used to do Monday, Wednesday, and most often also Friday lower body, and Tuesday and Thursday upper body. Sometimes if I still had sore muscles or something like that, on Fridays I chose to do a maybe whole body Pilates workout or maybe some cardio, usually not so much. And I did that for about 45 minutes on average. Now though, I'm going to the gym again, which I'm loving because I found a good gym. And at first I went every day because I love it, but then I realized it's taking a lot of time out of my day to get to the gym, and I have to work a lot, so I have to discipline myself to not spend too much time on things like the gym. So now I go to the gym Mondays and Wednesdays for my lower body, sometimes Fridays, depending on how productive I've been during the week and how much time I have on the Fridays. And then I do my home workout for my upper body on Tuesdays and Thursdays, because here I also have things like pull-up bar, because I like to do pull-ups for my upper body. And that was earlier, like before COVID, that was the main reason why I did my upper body in the gym. Other than that, I mainly do body weight exercise for my upper body, like dips or push-ups or pull-ups, like I said, or I do some stuff with my weights that I have. So yeah, that's how my workout schedule looks like. Do you have a favorite movie? I guess I do. I always find it hard to define favorites of anything, basically, because that changes, or it depends on the situation. But there's still a movie that comes to my mind when someone asks me about that. It is a classic, and it is Some Like It Hot with Marilyn Monroe. I'm a big Marilyn Monroe fan. In case you didn't know, you probably didn't know. Now you know. You should watch it. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it. How did you learn to speak English? So I had a lot of opportunity to learn English. First, I had it in school. Then I started to, I think at the age of 14, I started to watch my favorite show, Sex and the City, in English. And I think that helped a lot. And then I had a big advantage because when I was 14 or 15? No, when I was 15, I went to the US to go to high school there for one semester in Alabama. And I did not understand a word when I arrived because it was Alabama and they have a really, really, really strong dialect down there. But I learned it pretty quickly and I was fluent within, 6 weeks or something, which I think just happens when you're still young and you have some basic knowledge or some pretty more than basic knowledge of language, and it's English. English is also not the hardest language in the world, and then you just have to speak it 24/7. You just start learning it, I guess, and that's what happened. Then I was fluent, and then I kind of lost my English because I didn't really use it that much. But then I went to Hawaii for 3 months after graduation, and then I got back into it. Then I went to New York, and then I got friends whom I speak English to, and now I do YouTube in English. So I guess the more you practice, the more you get better. That was probably not good English. So that was my little Q&A, 1K Q&A. Thank you so much for asking these questions. I was so happy to, have you interested in knowing things about me. And once again, I'm so grateful for all of you guys. Thank you for being a part of this. And I hope you liked this video, found it interesting, maybe. I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.